Once you are out of debt and you are controlling your expenses and you build your emergency fund and then you started to do your own investments, it is really important to start to diversify your investments. Probably you heard your grandparents say to not put all eggs in one basket. There's a reason why, and I'm gonna tell you why this is important now. To know more about it, watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell to receive notifications when we upload new videos, thumbs up the videos that you like, and share this content with your family and friends. Let's understand what is diversification. So, what is a diversification? It is a strategy to mix different type of investments to guarantee you higher returns over long term. So basically you need to understand that to diversify your investments, you have some options that you can diversify your investment in different assets. So let's say you have stock, you have bonds, you have rates, you have lots of different types of investments in assets. You can diversify your investment in different territories. So let's say at some point you're going to start not just to invest in your own country, but you start to look into, let's say, to the US market, China market, or to the Europe. This is one of the ways to diversify your investments as well. And you can diversify in different economic segments in your own country or in other countries. So you have different segments on the economic, such as retail, you have industry, you have finance, technology companies. Once you reach a point that you feel that you want to diversify because you want to mitigate risks, you have to look for all of these different factors to guarantee that in a long term you're gonna have higher returns. That's why it is important to diversify your investments. So why you should diversify? Well, think that over a long term you're gonna face some crisis. But think crisis is equal to opportunities. First of all, you need to survive during a crisis. So this is the point that you have to diversify your own investments. During a crisis or over the long term, the market and some economic segments, they react differently for each other. So sometimes the market in the US is doing better than in your own country, and if you have diversified investments there, you're going to make money there. Or some economic segments are doing better. Let's say the retail is doing better than industry, or some companies that they create technology are doing better than others. When you have diversified your portfolio, it means that you are making more money here, not so much money here, but on the average you are making money and your portfolio, the return is increasing. This is an important thing that you have to have in mind. We have some pros and cons when you are diversifying your portfolio. So let's start with the pros. I just write down here 3 examples. Well, the first one, you reduce your portfolio risk for all the reasons that I just have said. The other pros that is you hedge against volatility. What else? And then over a long term, it guarantees you that you're going to have higher return. You have some cons as well. I wrote down here 3 examples. The first one, when you are diversifying, it limits your gains over a short term. But just think, every time that we are talking here about investments, I am focusing over a long term. So it is a cons, but I'm not really care about it at the moment because I'm looking for 10, 15, 20 years.
In our case, right? Because personal finance, it's personal. So as for us, it's not important things in the short term. We are focusing on the long term. But if for, I don't know, maybe for someone that is watching us, they are more worried about the short term,
Yes.
then they need to build their own strategy and think about how they're going to do this, right?
Yes, she's right. Good point. Thank you. When we are diversifying, it's time consuming to manage because you have to look for different companies, different countries, different economy segments, different type of assets class, but it works over a long term. And it incurs more transaction fees and commissions because different types of investments, it has different commissions and fees. You need to think about that as well. But again, over a long term that we are talking here right now, it works. I hope you really like this video and think how important it is to diversify your own investments. Let me know if you want to know more details about any of the content that I shared here with you. You can write here below in the comments and then I'm gonna answer you. I think that's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you very much.